Warriors, welcome back to Gods of Alliance. If you're here, it means you want power, knowledge, and control over the battlefield. This is not luck. This is strategy. Let's break the game together. Today, we're doing something a little different. No tier lists, no theory only, no simulations. Today, I'm showing you my best 3 attack teams and warriors. Emphasis on my. These are the teams that gave me the best results with the heroes I currently own, the investments I made, and the way my account is built today. Could relics change everything? Yes. Could skins, glyphs, and future updates completely transform priorities? Absolutely. But right now, these are the 3 teams that I trust when I want to push forward and create pressure. So first, let's break every team down, hero by hero. Then we jump into gameplay, and there, we let the battlefield speak. Let's begin. The first team is Julius, Kayla, Folio, Polaris, Aidan, and warriors. This team feels unfair when everything starts connecting. Julius opens the structure. Protection, control, tempo. He gives space for everyone else to start doing their job. Kayla is the pressure. The moment she finds timing and survives long enough, she starts becoming difficult to contain. Then we add Folio, and this is where things become dangerous. Because Folio doesn't simply bring damage, he starts amplifying pressure windows and creating situations where mistakes become expensive. Polaris enters as the control and disruption layer. She slows momentum, creates uncomfortable situations, forces enemies into bad trades. And finally, Aidan, the stabilizer, the sustain, the reason the machine keeps running, healing, survivability, support. This team feels like controlled aggression. You don't explode instantly, you slowly take over. Team 2, Electra, Drain, Tempest, Iris, Somna, Warriors. This team feels illegal. Control, tempo, pressure, disruption. Everything starts happening at once. Electra creates immediate value and pressure. Drain adds another layer of danger and battlefield manipulation. Then comes Tempest and Warriors. Tempest changes games. Time control. Momentum shifts. Openings that shouldn't exist. Then Iris, one of the heroes that can simply erase enemies once conditions appear. And finally, Somna. Control, distraction, pressure. The hero that forces enemies to stop playing comfortably. This team wins differently. You don't overpower, you suffocate. And then, Team 3, Yasmin, Berna, Dante, Guis, Octavia, and Warriors. This one is chaos, controlled chaos. Yasmin brings assassination pressure. Targets become uncomfortable. Berna creates extra value and dangerous interactions. Dante gives movement, pressure, and constant battlefield disruption. Gu supports and amplifies. And Octavia. Warriors. Octavia changes fights, dodges, reflects, creates moments where enemies destroy themselves. This team doesn't always look dominant. Then suddenly, half the enemy team disappears. Now, let's jump into gameplay, starting with Team 1, Julius, Kayla, Folio, Polaris, Aidan. When watching this gameplay, pay attention to something. Notice how the team rarely looks rushed. Julius absorbs pressure. The front line survives. That survival creates time, and time creates value. Kayla begins reaching targets. Folio starts generating pressure. Polaris interrupts enemy rhythm. Aidan keeps everything alive. This team rewards patience. You don't need explosive openings. You want stability. And once stability appears, the snowball starts. One thing I especially like here is flexibility. If one hero underperforms, the others can compensate. That creates consistency. And consistency wins attacks. Watch how often fights feel under control, even when damage spikes appear. That is not coincidence. That is layered synergy. Now, Team 2, Electra, Drain, Tempest, Iris, Somna, Warriors. This is where things become fun. Look carefully. This team does not want normal fights. Everything here tries to break timing. Tempest starts altering flow. Drain creates uncomfortable interactions. Electra keeps pressure active. Somna starts controlling space. And Iris waits. That's the scary part. Because once conditions appear, the punishment becomes brutal. What I enjoy most here is unpredictability. Enemies start missing timing. Abilities overlap poorly. Pressure builds. And suddenly, the fight flips. This team feels smarter than stronger. Not brute force. Battlefield manipulation. And that's why I enjoy using it. You're forcing decisions. And bad decisions create wins. Now, Team 3. Yasmin, Berna, Dante, Goose, Octavia, Warriors. This team is pure pressure. Watch movement. Watch positioning. Watch target selection. Dante constantly changes dynamics. Yasmin threatens backlines. Octavia creates uncomfortable interactions. Goose supports transitions. Berna creates value opportunities. This team wins differently from the others. You don't slowly dominate. You create moments, explosive moments. The enemy thinks they stabilized. Then suddenly, someone disappears. What makes this team dangerous is momentum. Once things start going well, they tend to continue going well. And because several heroes create indirect pressure, opponents often make mistakes. This is one of the teams where experience matters. Understanding timing changes everything. Now, Warriors. These are my best 3 attack teams. Not the strongest teams in the game. Not universal truth. Not permanent. Just the teams that today give ME the best performance. And that matters. Because Hero Wars is not played on paper. It's played with your heroes, your resources, your investment. Relics can change everything. Skins can change everything. Glyphs can change everything. Ascension changes everything. Account progression changes everything. So don't copy blindly. Understand why something works. Then adapt. That's where real progress starts. Tell me in the comments, which of these teams would you use? And what are your top 3 attack teams right now? If you enjoyed the video, leave your like, subscribe, and activate notifications because more analysis is coming. Warriors, this is how we play the game. Not randomly, not blindly, with knowledge, with precision, with control. We don't build randomly. We build with intention. Master the mechanics. Control the fight. Let's break the game together.